He had dreams. He had goals. He even had the whole day ahead of him. But he couldn't lift a finger. Not because he didn't know what to do, but because he didn't want to do anything. He opened his laptop, then closed it, stared at his to-do list, then looked away. He just sat there, still, while the world kept moving. We call that laziness, but sometimes it's something deeper. If you've ever felt stuck like that, when your body is still but your mind is screaming, do something. Watch this till the end, not for motivation, but to remember the part of you that used to move before you stopped. His name is Sam, 27, freelance writer, lives alone in a small apartment in the city. He once dreamed of publishing his own book, used to stay up till 3 a.m. writing thoughts, writing stories, writing just to feel alive. But now, every morning he sets an alarm. Every afternoon he snoozes his plan. Every night he opens a blank page and stares. Then closes it again, tells himself, tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow keeps looking like yesterday. His desk is filled with sticky notes. His screen, blank. His coffee, cold. He avoids reading the books he once loved, not because he's bored of them, but because they remind him of the version of himself that used to try. And just when he thought no one noticed, a message popped up. From someone he hadn't heard from in years. The message was simple, just 12 words. Still writing these days, I'm publishing my first book soon. It was from Alex, his old college friend, the one he used to write with, dream with, stay up all night with. Sam didn't reply. He just stared at the screen, and a quiet ache started to grow. Then another message came. You don't have to write a book, just a paragraph a day. Pause. No pressure, no judgment, just an invitation. Then one final line. Try writing something tonight. I'd love to read it. It wasn't a challenge, it wasn't a pep talk. But somehow, it felt like a small door had opened in a room that had been locked for too long. That night he didn't write. He didn't force it. He just sat there, staring at the blank screen. But an image appeared in his mind, so vivid, so quiet. A candle, sitting in a dark room, unlit, unseen, still waiting. He remembered something Alex once said. A candle doesn't wait for the wind to stop. It just needs one spark, and it will burn until its end. Then, another memory surfaced, a story they used to talk about. There was a man who opened his small bakery every single morning, rain or shine. No customers, no income, just quiet routine. He cleaned, he lit incense, he arranged pastries. Someone asked, why keep showing up if no one ever comes? The man smiled. Because what if the one day I don't open the door is the day someone finally knocks? And sure enough, 1 year later, a stranger walked in, a publisher. Not for the pastries, but for the man who kept showing up. Sam blinked. Still no words, but something inside him softened. For the first time in months, he typed. Not because he felt like it, not because he believed it would go anywhere, but because it had been too long since he moved at all. You don't need motivation to begin. You just need to begin. to find your motivation again. The next night, he opened his laptop again. Not for a masterpiece, not for perfection. Just one paragraph. He wrote 3 lines. The day after, 5. The day after that, he stopped counting. Each evening he showed up. Not because he felt ready, but because he had decided, this is what he does now. Some days the words were clumsy. Other days he just edited old drafts. Sometimes he stared at the screen and only managed a title. But he showed up, every time. 1 week passed, then a month. He sent Alex a few pieces, not for feedback, just to keep a promise. Alex replied simply, "Welcome back." That night, Sam looked at his old to-do list and smiled. Not because it was done, but because it finally felt like he was moving again. People think you need motivation to start, that you have to feel ready, inspired, fired up. But truth is, motivation often comes late, and readiness, it rarely shows up. What shows up is the habit of returning, the quiet decision to begin, even when you don't feel like it. He didn't wait to feel it anymore, he just moved. And with each small step, that version of him, the one who used to believe, started returning. And maybe that's all it ever takes. You don't need motivation to begin. You just need to begin, to find your motivation again. Thank you for staying till the end. If you're in one of those days where everything feels too heavy to start, maybe you don't need to fix the whole day. Just move one finger, one breath, one word. Write a sentence. Fix a corner of your room. Breathe into your chest, or just stand up and feel your feet on the floor. If this story reminded you of yourself, tell me in the comments, what's one small thing you'll do today, even if you don't feel like it? Who knows? Your small action might become the spark someone else needs. Thank you for listening to A Story That Inspires. If a line in this video made you pause, share it with someone you think might need it. Because maybe, just maybe, you are the inspiration someone's been waiting for today.